Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night's messages of love from above. And before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. And every once in a while, I bring in my beautiful, huge Tibetan singing bowl to clear some energy. And I feel like there's just weird energy, odd energy, and I just want to vibrate the energy into a different place as well. So, if you'd like me to join me in sending love, whether you're watching live or on replay, please join me in doing so. I'm just going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. We just let that love flow into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. And if you are in need of unconditional love in this moment for your mind, your heart, your body, a loved one, for a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send this love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that. That's still going to go for a little while. It very stand over there. And before we get into the readings, I of course want everyone to know that right now I have memberships available. If you haven't seen the intros, and first of all, thank you guys so much. I have a shout out already out there for a couple of my members, and I just had four more people join as well. So I just wanted to shout out again to my first two members, Spring and La Lima, and then I just had Debbie Diaz, Nicole Bennett, Divinely Protected, and Love 1234 in the house also join as members. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. It allows me to do more, which more is coming. And then it's like going to another level. So if any of you guys are interested, be sure to check out this video. Let me just post it here. This tells you all about the memberships, but also there's giveaways, of course. If I'm involved, there's a giveaway. And so I have weekly giveaways for members. And then also for just watching the video. And I have a big thank you out there for all of you guys that attend these regularly, watch my videos, share my videos, you give thumbs up. There's so many things that you do for free, and that help and has grown my channel, and you've been with me. So I'm not I don't want to downplay your role in this, and I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing here because I love doing it, and I appreciate all of you. And there's a big thank you in there. And then for just watching the video, liking it if you feel you want to, and then commenting, you're entered into a big drawing at the end of the month. So be sure to check that out because I love to give away things. Don't you just love 1234, the little badge, and you're in this beautiful green. The green, it's so deep. I love it. All right. And then, of course, weekly, I also have, let me grab this here. Of course, my giveaway every Monday, that's not going to change either. So for everyone, all of my subscribers, if you want to check out this video, that also has giveaways available in it. So I like that. And also, of course, each week I put out at least one pick a card reading to everyone. And this one that came out this morning is how can I transform my lack yesterday morning, not this morning. It's all running together. And if you are at the, I have the Zen Cricket is the first level. And if you're at the praying mantis level, you actually get um, advanced um, access to like the Take 10 with Zen and the pick a card readings and other things that are coming up. I'm going to be starting to work on some meditations here soon too, and you'll have advanced notification of those too. But you can check out this one, and then I have a ton of pick a cards on my main page. And then, like I mentioned, I have Take 10 with Zen, new one coming out tomorrow. This one was all about heartache. Tomorrow's is heartbreak. And then there's more coming. Like the empathic bubble is going to be the one for next week, which has to do with how you can create a shield around you as well. So a lot of fun stuff. I'm always working on something, and I like sharing more things. So just know that all of that stuff is available. And let me take a quick screenshot here. So evidently, YouTube has been having some issues with disappearing chats, which, of course, come and go. And let me just grab those, and so that I take a picture of them so that we don't lose it all and we don't start from the beginning. So, well, good. I'm glad you feel special. All right, so that is good there. And let me just get my desktop all set up here. I'm going to pop out the chat now. And let me shrink down this so I'm not like so. Whoa. Okay, there we go. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we've got a great group of people with huge hearts, huge senses of humor, too, which is very important. Um, so, um, welcome, welcome, welcome. And how the free readings work is I do go down in order in the chat, first come, first serve. And um, what was I gonna say? Oh, if you there's no special like other list. The chat is the list, and we have Spirit knows what you're wanting. So if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or like guidance, and Spirit knows, and we'll do that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that as an energy exchange. I'll prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those, and then return back once I'm done and move down the list. Usually for a couple hours. Actually, I will be leaving at 7:55 because I've started a within 2 hours after this at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. I start a special um, member only readings for the praying mantis level. And so, if you're interested in that, you can check that out too. That's one of the perks that comes with that. And we have them every night, Wednesday through Saturday. And then also on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings after my morning session, 2 hours. And then on Sunday evenings at 6 p.m. Mountain, I have a special Q&A also session with the Praying Mantis group. So where we'll get to know me better. You can ask me any questions. Whoa, about myself or spirit, and then we'll do some other exciting things too. So I really enjoy everything we have here, and I'm looking to expand it. Those of you that want to go another level, that's what that is for. So love it, love it, love it. And then you can make a donation of any kind. I don't look at the dollar amounts because I know everyone's funds vary from person to person. moment to moment, country to country, planet to planet, moon to moon. So whatever you give, I know is from your heart. So that's the perfect amount. You can use the super chat at the bottom, and in the pinned comment in the description box of the video is my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and Square. I think those are it. They're all linked there, whatever they are. So that is it. We will get into the readings here. I do have a donation here, and let me check real quick here too. I know Her Highness had donated right when I was leaving last night. So if you're here, I don't see you here. Um, yeah, I don't see you here. So if you pop in, we will also prioritize yours. Yeah, there's two levels. So we've got it's a 299 level, which is and the it's like the Zen Cricket, which gives you access to these funny emoticons. You get into I have, after this first month of special drawings, I will have an additional drawing for members in addition to what I have on Mondays. And you have access to that and, those types of perks. And then if you click, there's a 799 level, which is the Zen, not the Zen Cricket, the praying mantis level, which offers a whole bunch of stuff in that list there as well. You should be able to upgrade. I think. I think you can just, and they just charge you the difference or something. But you can always upgrade. rushing, you rushing? No way. I can't believe it. All right, so let's get started. So we've got the round original tarot, which I love these cards that we're going to use today. So love 1 2 3 4. Thank you so much for your donation, and so we'll jump into your questions here, and then we'll start on the free readings. All right. So let's take a look here. So question number 1. Okay. Question number 2. Wow. Okay. And then question number 3. All right. So question number 1. Yeah, it's kind of the same old, same old. He's going through his little thinking period here with the 7 of Swords. All the thoughts and beliefs that are deceived them in the past, and they're of course going through this rebirth. And we've got the double endings, double new beginnings, which is them being called higher and higher and higher. So the energies, I just feel like they're so consumed with their fears. Just like they really were deceived a lot in their past, because these are all the deception, the theft of things out of their life. And I feel like they just really were abused a lot, like by people, like, you know, that would take things away, that would do things, um, use them for things. It's just been their entire life where it's difficult for them to trust that, but they definitely are trying to have this rebirth. They're trying to put an end to those ways of thinking. But I feel like, especially this Aquarius full moon, it was a super full moon just a couple days ago. Shazam, really amplifies things. So they really started acting weird, and this is the weird energy. I'm an Aquarius, and that Aquarius supermoon is just like, it feels weird. It just feels like really in our head, really overthinking. But there is this calling here. So I feel like they're, right now, with um the energy, don't take anything that you're feeling from them right now as you or anything, because I just feel like they're in this major thinking mode with all of that. So psh, psh, just let them deal with their little, the thinking stuff. Um, number 2. Well, here's joy and celebration here. I don't know. Have you been celebrating already? Because this is like this energy, this balanced energy that's coming in here. Four of Wands, but it's joy, celebration, gatherings, coming together, those types of things. But it's like, yeah, you're already starting to drink. What's going on here? Are you having like shots? But yeah, I feel like there's stabilized energy here. So I don't know that it's joy and celebration and happiness um if you've been stressing a lot more, I mean, it could be this is spirit saying, focus on joy rather than fear. Because if we go into fear, then our body, again, turns off and it stops doing its natural healing, beautiful things that are going on. So if this is all joy, 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 and celebrate, maybe this is saying that you haven't been doing that. If you haven't been celebrating and maybe you're fearing, then that could also be, doing the reversals there. So I feel like I'm getting cold. Okay, here we go. So I don't feel anything specific with all of that. It just feels like if it's not, um, you know, doing all that. So we'll take a look there. And then number three. Okay. Yeah. So you've got in the middle, you've got the two of wands here that shows where you're investing your energy, and there's choices that are coming here for you. Of course, we've talked about those. We've got fears that you're letting go of that are still, here's the 10 of cups. This is what August is bringing, but there's, some of these challenges of looking at what brings joy into your life, right? There's all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos that are peeking out from behind, the 10 of cups, this overflowing joy. And of course, when we are faced with these and when we question these, that's what happens with the um you know all these long held beliefs that are keeping us from these things, that long list saying in the future when you can feel this, but you can feel this now for no reason at all and no one can take it away. But we've got all this stuff that we've been told can take our happiness away, and that's what's happening in the month of August here is you're being able to see these things, see what's going on, that allows you to have this feeling of emotional fullness and joy overflowing here. Because you do have, again, we've got you have some major changes happening this month that bring you the Nine of Cups, which is what comes right before this, which is emotional, again, dream come true, emotional fulfillment. So you definitely have some shaking and rattling where things are being moved out of the way to open up space in your pathway to move forward. So it still is very, very bright. You just have maybe a little bit of Capricorn, Saturn work that comes in here to look at those things, but it definitely um, it feels like a very positive month still with those. It just feels like there's whatever obstacles are standing in, and with that two of wands, it's are we focusing on our fears of not having? Oh, okay, yeah. So that's what they're like. Yeah, can you just show them together? Because this is what we were trying to show. So let me uh, do this here. So here's your power of choice, and you either have the choice of focusing on. Let me see here. The fears of not having the happiness and the overflowing here, but you also have all this stuff that change over here that brings in this internal, because the nine is the internal happiness and fulfillment, and this is the external. The 10 is like filling up and overflowing, and the fears that you're not going to have joy in the outside world, but you definitely have this coming in for you. So I like it. Hopefully that makes sense. Focus on joy, 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 joy. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donations and thank you for becoming a member. I am very appreciative. All right. Just put the cards back in here, different spots, and shuffle it up. And then Brittany. Hello, hello, Brittany. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, when will you get pregnant? All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. Do want that and that. Hello, hello. And what else? All right. Ooh, okay. All right. So I see here this is going to be a fun reading for you. So this starting off, don't let this scare you. This is just like we were just talking about. I just put them back in there and it came flying back out, which this is, Saturn and Capricorn energy is all about challenging our belief systems, and our cage gets rattled. The things that we feel are keeping us from moving forward and being able to have things, which this is like the Lover's card, but usually there's an angel there. This one is the devil, which this is the working out and the fighting back and forth of the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the must, these things that keep us from moving forward, these things that keep us caged and in these beliefs of lack and that hold things back. But you have three sets of two cards. So the first set here, you have the balancing of the outside world. So when you're asking when, they're saying, well, the outside world needs to be balanced, and the emperor is the new beginnings, the new fire. And so this would tell me that, it's not necessarily meaning like pregnancy, but it can, because it's new beginnings, right? So the balancing of the outside world, and then the emperor energy is about making decisions and not listening to everyone else, but moving forward with your own desires. They're basically cutting out, this the devil energy here. These are all the supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, and have tos, and the emperor goes, nope. I get to decide what I want to do and when, and you know, everyone else might have like their own opinions and thoughts about stuff, but you don't have to worry about that. And it's about deciding that, balancing, but but it doesn't have to be a perfect balance, because it also talks about the ebb and flow of life. And if you are going to wait for the perfect time to have a child, you're never going to have one, because there's always something. So it's about balancing within reason, is what they're saying here. And you've got passionate energy. You've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So usually it takes this to make a baby, to become pregnant. So the passion here is coming, because they're definitely, and they're even, whoa, even looking at one another there, which I think is, hilarious. Hello. Well, hello. So I feel like this is happening sooner than later. It just is going to take you guys to get away. And this is the Hermit card and the Lover's card. So it's like there needs to be a getting away from everyone and everything in the chaos, because it's so much stress. The pregnancy here, I feel, will come if you will take time away, if you'll go on vacation, if you'll make it a point to get away from all the chaos and the noise and the pressure. And if it's almost like if we try too hard, if we're trying to have a baby, right, and we're trying too hard, the stress of it um just pushes things away. But instead, if we move our energy with both that Queen and the King of Wands too, when we focus our energy together and move away from fears and what we feel we're missing and all of that, and really start this gratitude of what you love in each other, gratitude for what you do have in your life, and gratitude that the creator, they're going to bring them in the perfect time, in the perfect way. And when you have that energy, then that energy brings in different things, right? Instead of focusing on what we don't want, um, or what we feel we're missing, we focus on what we do love and what we do want, and then that changes things. If that makes sense with the energy. So I feel like this is, um, you know, there's not an exact fated time for you to have a child, but there is an exact time that the child wants to appear. And so there's this balance between all of you before you came down here because, with if you check out my Take 10 with Zen, I have episodes 4, 5, and 6. 6 is about death, but 4 and 5 are about fated events. And especially when we have three people involved, especially you and the child, right? It's exactly when it's going to happen is already determined by the stars, but that's for them to know on the other side, the child or children to know on the other side, but they will. I feel like it's sooner than later, but all those energies definitely point it to there needs to be this passion, of course, but the getting away with the lovers getting away from everything else and these choices of where we're investing our energy is very important because less stress, more love is what will bring that in. So hopefully that helps, gives you a little more. I know we wanted a date and a time, and we want their birth chart, but um, it's not available yet. So that's what's coming in, Brittany. So many blessings again. Thank you so much for your donation. And Miss Honey Love, you are up next. So, who was the lady you saw on Daryl's ring bell cam? Ooh, let's take a look here and see who was this woman. Hello, hello, Honey Love. You're welcome, Brittany. Hey, Keely, Keel. Thought you had an eye on the end, but it's my old man eyes. Let's take a look here and see. Okay. Well. Whenever we get the 3 of cups, when we have that energy of like, who is that other person? Yeah, there might be a different love interest going on here because here's the 5 of wands is like this, uh, you know, whirlwind of fire that's about to happen here. And it's something that starts off as fear, but, works itself out. But there is this change. So this does feel like a third party type of energy that's coming in here because we've also got, we've got the tower and the 10 of wands. All of this energy here is a lot of fire going on. You have the 5 of fire, the 10 of fire, and the tower, which is, things coming in here. So it feels like there's something, a change coming, but whenever we look at the 10 of wands is when we're investing a lot of energy into something and it's time to change it, we know when something's become a burden and we're ready to let go of it. And if we don't let go of it, then that's when it's removed for us out of our lives so that it can make room for things and people or whatever in our lives that are more in alignment for us here. And then it opens up the pathway to move in more alignment with our higher self and our life purpose too. So I kind of feel here, Miss Honey Love, you know, 3 of cups. This is the first card that came flying out. And so I feel like there is a third party interest that this individual is here. And it looks like things are about to hit the fan here. So whatever this was, I feel like it's I know it might be hard to think that it's for us, whatever kind of relationship all this is that's going on. But um, we can trust that everything always unfolds for our highest experience. And if we get kicked out of coach, it's because we're getting moved to first class. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I know I've been through those before, and you're just like, ugh, with everything you give, it just feels unfair. I know, but you've learned what you've needed to learn through this situation too. Yeah. And then the three of wands just popped out, which is you deciding to go a different direction. You're just like, all right, you know what? I get to decide. If someone doesn't treat you with the respect that you deserve, you give it to yourself, and um, you decide. And I like that. So hang in there. Much love to you, Miss Honey Love. All right. And then love 1234. I did get your additional donation. And then Crow's Nest. Hello. You will be up next after that. All right. So thank you for your additional donation. And let's see here. All right. Well, let's take a look here. Of course, medical questions. Please see disclaimer in description box of the video, which says that I am no doctor, and of course, tarot is for entertainment purposes only, is what we are required to say here in the United States. So we'll do that. All right, and then number 2, number 3. All right, well, you got 1, 2, and 3. So interesting. And it's yeah. Let's take a look here. You know, I don't feel like it here with the 7 of cups. 7 of cups is kind of telling me it's more hormonal and emotional than it is what you're mentioning there. It's funny though. Well, everything in life can be funny, but I know someone and their dog, they both have thyroid. Um and when you look at the emotional roots of things, which if you guys ever check out Louise Hay, this is a wonderful book, because you look into things and you're like, oh wow, yeah, that makes total sense. And it's, when is it my turn? That's what we always joke, when is it my turn? um is what the she says the root of it is when you don't feel like you haven't had your turn, and that you're always sacrificing for everyone else. And it's, when is my turn? But it has great affirmations, but I don't feel it is. But I think this is more emotion and those types of things too. Yeah. When is it my turn? Yeah, I feel like that's what's coming in here, is just some off balance um, um, hormonal chemicals, that are at play. Um, but of course, you're your regular senior physician, so if you have concerns, you get in to see them anyway. All right, and then number 2, by the end of August, it's they're like, put an end to these expectations. You're gonna kill yourself. Focus your energy on what you're grateful for instead of what you don't have, is what they're saying here with the 2 of wands. 2 of wands coming in again. They're like, uh, you know, let go of the number, and focus on your energy and how you're feeling, and what you're grateful for, instead of what's not good enough. So that's their answer for you. But there you go. And then your last one here. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we always like those. We've got a nice balance time here. and peace of mind and a new adventure, a new journey. It just feels exciting and new, and so I like that. So yeah, I definitely feel here with your the time on Sunday. It feels like an adventure. Yay, very happy, very, free of expectations, peace of mind, going with the flow, enjoying the ebb and flow of the day and the balancing of it too. So I like it there. Yeah. Will you be content? Yeah, that's you, right? Are you going to do it? That's the power of the choice that came in there, right? So yeah. If you let go of those expectations. That's why maybe they knew that's why you're gonna ask it, because that was the 2 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Yeah, if you let go of your expectations of what it should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be, and have gratitude, yeah, you know, you're gonna love and appreciate your body. But if we look at something going, "Oh, I need to look this way or have this way or whatever," then right? So that's what comes in there. All right, and again, thank you so much for your donation, your second donation. All right. And let me know if you're are able to upgrade to that praying mantis level, because I don't know how that works yet. So you can be the guinea pig if you so wish. All right. So Crow's Nest, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know Hugo's current feelings and next actions. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Great. Thank you. All right. So let's see what's going on with Hugo. All right. Well, I like this because I feel like whatever's been going on here with them holding back their passions and this wall that's been keeping them back, they've been bumping their head up against it all this time here. Here we go. We've got the Ace of Wands, which is action and movement. They've taken their power in their hands and they're walking through this barrier. So I like this because it feels like they're letting themselves feel, they're letting themselves flow, they're letting themselves act. So I like that because it also is represented here, where we've got, here's the King of Wands again. So they're taking action um, energetically, and they're also, because they're getting past these mindsets, they've had these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have kept them feeling blinded and bound and trapped. But this eight of flow, it has finally, not finally, it's always perfect timing, but it's released and they're having this movement and they feel safe because the King of Wands here, they have this passion where they're willing to take a risk and they feel protected by the salamander. So they're getting past these fears of being hurt. And I feel like they're going to act on their passions. I don't see like gushy love stuff. I feel they're acting on this attraction and everything to you. Um, but I don't feel like they've figured out, their heart hasn't come online yet, but their mind and their energy is. So it's a start, right? Because we've got, here's the Queen of Swords here, which is balancing of heart and mind. So the heart will come here, and we've got the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, which says that whatever unfolds, even your human side is going to feel like it's fortunate. So, this tells us that whatever happens in our life does happen for us. Just sometimes the things that happen, they are, you know, it's hard for our human to get on on board with it. They're like, that is for me. But this says and shows us that even our human side is happy with it, right? Yeah, yeah. And so Yeah, and well, hopefully we'll see here where it's happening. I mean, step by step, and with it being the wheel of fortune, that means that your human is happy. So, yeah, it's just well, there you go. It just takes time. It just takes time, patience. You're like, I've been not a patient all this time. Well, here you go. But they also give you the 8 of Pentacles, which is you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and things are starting to move. So, it's like trust that, things are moving. Just, you've been patient, things are starting to move. So just trust that you start to hear, like if you ever see one of those huge clocks, you know, when it's getting ready to, hit where the bells go off, you hear, "Chick, chick, 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 chick." You start hearing everything happen way before the bell starts, but you're starting to hear the gears and the cranks and everything start to go. And that's what I'm seeing here with all of this is that things are flowing. And of course, that also means that you're doing your inner work because the more you raise your self love, the faster things speed up as well. So I like it. I like it, crow's nest. You're like, patience. I've been patient. So good stuff. Very, very good signs. So I like it. And thank you so much for your donation. I am looking forward to the day you're like, oh my God, it finally happened. We're all like, woohoo. All right. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And Cheery, hello, Cheery, Cheery. And thank you for your donation. You want to know today's dream's final message. All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. What was the final message of today's dream? Ah, the recurring one, right? Ooh, okay. Wow. Well, I like it because you've got the Ace of Wands, which is saying about action and movement. It's like the magician energy. It's time for action, it's time for movement. And you have the movement of the cups too, the movement of emotion. It's time for passion and romance. I feel like they're um I know you're like, no, but maybe yay. It's like they're saying this is what your is meant for you in this time frame of your life. It is upcoming and it will be moving forward. You've got the King of Pentacles, which is about joy and celebration and overflowingness and fullness of life in the outside world. And also another king, King of Cups, which balances emotion and air. So you've got two portions of air, um, and one portion of earth and one portion of water. So you've got someone who's very balanced but intelligent that's coming in towards you in your life here. And I feel like they're telling you that it's an important time, an important relationship, and I really feel it is the romantic one with this Knight of Cups coming in. So again, there's this intelligence of them that's coming in, but I feel like this is them preparing you, and they're bringing it up in your recurring dream. Um, and perhaps there's been resistance in the past of wanting to be open up and be vulnerable to it, but they're like, you can trust this individual. And I feel like they're the recurring dream is them coming into your dream to kind of introduce themselves to um I don't know, to make get used to the energy, get used to the feeling, to build up the trust on a ethereal level, just to help the connection in the physical world, if that makes sense. But it feels very um safe, I like the feeling. And if the dream is a scary dream, then it's because it's I don't feel like it's scary, but it might be uncomfortable because the inner child is feeling, I don't know. I don't know about this. Can I trust this person? And that's where this trust is being built, if that makes sense. So that's what I feel is coming in with those cards, Jerry. So hopefully that resonates. But thank you for your donation. Good to see you. All right, Miss Bay, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. And you want to know N's next plan of action towards you. No contact. All right. Oh, for one day. Okay. All right. Very good. Let's take a look here and see what's going on here. So, what's their next plans and actions towards you in the current energy? If I can talk. Okay. And is it in your highest um, experience to walk away? All right. Let's see what we got here. Mm, yeah. So the current energies that are coming in here for their next plans of action, it's like they've been biding their time to have this rebirth. This is the death card, of course. So I feel like they've just been taking their time, kind of biding their time to kind of end things in here. So I feel like that's their next plan of action is to end what you guys had here. But I feel like with asking, is it up, is it for your highest experience to walk away? They're like, absolutely. The chariot card is movement on towards victory. So that is a very clear card there. And they they basically are telling you here too that there is this, you know, it wasn't a mistake, it wasn't, an accident that you guys were in each other's life because it was part of this journey of yours with this Hierophant who invites you inward to find your capital T truths. It allows you to face all of these small t truths of fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, all those juicy things we all get to feel, right? But they're not dead. They're exhausted trying to live up to all those expectations. And the Hierophant, the journey is to help us understand the capital T truth, which gives us the Ace of Swords, which allows us to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that no longer serve us, that we learned growing up since we were very young, all the way, up to like 14, usually emotionally up to age 7 and mentally from 7 to 14. All these belief systems that your inner child wants to let go of, wants to do it. And that's what we invite, you know, individuals into our lives as our teachers and our mirrors to make us see these things. 5 is the number of change, which is this changing of mindset, this changing, of course, how you look at yourself and perceive self, what you expect from relationships, what you expect from yourself, of them, of what it's supposed to be, how you're supposed to meet, blah, blah, blah. All of those, all of these things that we're just taught, they're like in our head, implanted in, like a disc. And we just have all of these things, but trust that the ending is happening for you. You have a victory card that comes in, which shows that you do have this um victorious feeling down the path as you ride away in the chariot. The chariot's the power of choice 2 card, which is a great card to get because it's one of the most empowering things that we can have happen in our lives, which is realizing that every moment we are the ones that get to choose what story we put to it. While those swords, we're the ones that get to choose and go, "Pff, whatever. You guys told me all this stuff. You know, we have this, right?" And, we've got the emotional choice that we make in each moment, the energetic choice we make in each moment, and then also the physical actions we take in each moment. We get to choose all that, and we get to take our power back through it all. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that, we have fears. We all have fears, and when our inner child, our little human inner child, the emotional one especially, when it feels unsafe and out of control, it fights or flights, right? And so if someone is like, "I wanna be with you, and I wanna do all this," and they get scared, you know, they'll jet if they have fears, and they'll do stupid stuff, because that's what happens. Our little inner child and their pet cat kick out the intelligent, emotionally mature, loving, compassionate side of us to do whatever it takes to feel safe and secure again. Yeah. And that's what will happen. They'll withdraw, and they'll do those things here. Yeah. We've got the we've got the Knight of Wands, which is the fast moving fire type of energy too, which you know, um passion too makes people do things. So if they're attracted, and if they're have that fiery personality where they heat up and cool off and heat up and cool off, heat up and cool off, then it depends on when you're interacting with them. Are they heated up or cooled off too? But that has to do with their fears when they're hot and cold too. So yeah, some people want to have their cake and eat it too in some situations. But yeah, it's confirmed. Three of Wands is you choosing to go your own direction, and trust your gut, trust your instincts. You're like, people will say a lot of stuff, but they'll show you who they are, because if this doesn't match the actions, trust their actions, because people can say all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Right. That's right. Fast movers, right? Yeah. So I like it. I like that you're trusting your gut and your instinct. Yeah. Here's the Ace of Wands, new passion. Yay. So yeah, definitely. I feel like it's very victorious for you to move on and go, you know what? I'm trusting my gut, and I don't have to answer to anyone. I get to choose the story, my emotions, the energy, my actions, no one else. Yeah. You talk a good game, game player. Bye bye. So, yeah, I like it. I like it. High five, Miss Bay, and a fist bump. All right. And thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate it. And that's what they have for you right now. I think that was all my donations. So I'm going to be on for about another hour. And so we'll try to get through as um, many of the readings as possible here. Let me just make sure here. Did I have everyone's stuff here? Okay, so that's that. Okay, yeah, so I've got these. All right, I just want to make sure other things were not disappearing on me here. All right. So, thank you guys so much again for being here and for all the donations. It definitely helps me be here. And I appreciate you. And then thank you guys for your patience on the free readings too, because it's the donations that make it possible for me to be able to be here. All right. So, Felicia Fang, you were up first on the original one before they all disappeared. And you want to know, what does the interviewer think about your performance? And I have quite a bit. So I'm going to do one card readings for the free readings just to try to get answers for as many of you guys as I can. And if you want me to go deeper, of course, a donation, I will do that. But I will have to bust out of here at 7:55. All right. So let's take a look here. What did they think of you here? All right. So I do like this Aries card coming in here. It's new beginnings, the fiery personality. It's someone who does make their own decisions, but takes in the advice of others. So you came across here, as someone who is like a they're like showing me this. It's a question that we used to act. I used to have to ask as a interviewer myself when I was in corporate life, and it was like we would what we'd want to be seen as people who could make decisions outside of the box, but nothing too crazy, and that they would seek assistance if they didn't know what the parameters were for decisions. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up from this card, is that they feel like, okay, you will make decisions, you will take into account people's opinions and people's viewpoints, but ultimately when it comes down to it, you can make solid decisions. That's the emperor energy, and I like it. You came across as confident, you came across as fiery, ready to move forward, and with that Aries new beginning energy, and so you showed excitement. So I like it, Felicia. It seems like very positive energy with that. So that is what they have. Boom, boom, boom. So many blessings to you. Hey, Julia. Hello, hello. So you saw your Leo today. What are his current energies? Ooh, well, we've got the beautiful Aquarius energy. I have to say that because I'm Aquarius. Um, so wonderful Aquarius energy of dreams come true, wish fulfillment, flow. I feel like they're going for their dreams and very balanced energy. So I don't feel like they're freaking out as much as they did. That vacation must have did them some good, because all these 7 stars here are the chakras, and this represents balance, and connection to self and hope, and but wishing upon a star. So the energy feels very positive and hopeful there. Yeah, that's what it feels like here. And you're an Aquarius? Yeah, of course. Boom, boom. Yeah, Aquarius, super full moon energy a couple days ago too. So a lot of people are in their head about things, but there's also this change of things, this sudden, release of old ways, and accepting new ways to come in too. So it feels very positive, Julia, for sure. So many blessings to you. I like it. I like it. And that's what they have for you. All right. Oh, you said, I thought you said, I lie? What? Yeah, I love Aquarius because I very cool. Yeah, Starfall. That was me that put it on there too. I had to go through the deck and make them YouTube worthy, because some of them I'm like, whoop, here in the United States, that's not allowed. So it's I'm not a very good artist. I was gonna put like black tape across it or something, but I just used a Sharpie, and I've added in shadows and hair and different things to cover up stuff. So laugh with me, because I definitely crack up when I see it. I'm like, "Yep, that's me." All right. All right, Daisy, I have a couple. I think I saw 2 daisies here. So this daisy, it looks like a little bright star or something in there. So Daisy, the love and light Daisy. Yeah, like a yeah, new look at who changed those. We have to have a rated G cards. All right. So Daisy, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. You want to know, will your finances increase abundantly in the next month or so? Got to keep you on your toes, Starfall. And you're up next, by the way. Okay, let's take a look here. Well, Daisy, we are doing one card readings. You got the death and the rebirth, which would be an indication of actually, yes, that there will be an increase in abundance because there's a change. old ways end, new ways begin. And so that would be a positive card for me coming in there for you. So I feel like that is a yes for you. You're like just wanting confirmation. You already know it, right? But you just wanted to know. All right. So many blessings to you. And Starfall, you are up next here. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. So anything coming in love for you this month? Let's take a look here and see what we got. Anything in love? Well, you've got peace of mind here, and I feel like there's I don't feel like there is, but I feel you're okay with it with this card coming in here. I feel like you're looking at releasing some expectations and stuff, and you're just like, I'm okay with it. It just feels like whatever unfolds, I feel like your mind is at rest. I don't necessarily feel right. I don't necessarily feel like love enters in, but I feel like you're experiencing things. Like I don't know if you're having flirtations with people and you're like, well, this is kind of cool. And it just, but I don't feel like the love is hit. I just feel like um it's it's like big toe dipping into things, but I don't feel like it's jumping fully into the pool yet, if that makes sense. Oh, that's funny. You know, the pool of people. It's like I'm just sticking my toe in, but I'm not jumping full in yet. So, yeah, I feel like there's still some things that you're just working through, which is cool. All right. So that's what they have for you, Starfall. And many blessings to you. All right. And Esther E, when will you receive abundance? All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got here. I feel like here with the 3 of Wands coming in here, Esther, that it's gonna take you changing directions. This is you deciding to go a different way than you've been going before, and it just feels like there's this, you know, um realization, like you get new information and new realization of, you know what, where I'm working, where I'm at, where we're here, blah blah blah, whatever it may be. It's like it ain't gonna be here. I gotta change directions. I've gotta take an exit ramp and go off in a direction that it's not where I originally wanted to head, but now with the new information, I don't want to keep going the direction I am. I'm gonna go a different direction. And that's when abundance comes in. I feel like there's like this need for you to take action to go a different direction. So that's what's coming in here. I feel like you know what that means. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And Dijona, you are up. What would be your next glow up? Let's take a look here. What's your next glow up? Wow. Well, you got the Emperor, who is the 4 in the major arcana, which is Aries energy, new beginning, stepping up, putting like form to your desires, where you want to go, what your actions are. And I feel like this is what the glow up is you deciding and you leaping toward what your passions are. The Emperor is surrounded by a lot of people about the supposed to shoulds and need tos, and we listen to everyone because we sometimes we get some good information, but we don't fear, you know, what if I don't do what everyone wants me to do? The Aries energy of the Emperor goes, I'm going to go do what I want to do. And I'm forming the pathway to get there and I'm taking action toward it. And this is the glow up. This is like, because you literally, your face lights up when you're living your dream and you're taking step towards your dream. And I feel like you're deciding that and you're putting form to it. And that's what makes you feel like boom and bright. So that's what I feel they have for you, Dijona. So many blessings to you. That's what they want you to know right now. All right. All right. Miss Bay, thank you for your additional donation there. And Mia, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. All right. This is a romantic connection. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, Miss Bay, let's take a look here. See what the rest of August. Whoa, what can you expect from them here? All right. So let's take a look here, see what we got here. Okay. I like that. Ooh, okay. All right, all right, all right. You're not talking to him right now either, huh? Well, I see here that there's these possibilities definitely here because you've got the Queen of Wands. I feel this is you, and the King of Pentacles. So there's like this, you guys are different enough. Like if they're an Earth sign, I don't know, but they're just, they have this kind of solid foundation ish, down to earth kind of steady feel about him, and I feel like you kind of might be a little fiery. But it's a great combination, and I feel like there is this coming together because here you guys, this is that is here, so I feel like you will see each other, and I feel like it's going to be there's a celebration coming up here. I mean, you got two joy, two celebration cards coming in. This is usually a gathering of some sort, like a wedding, a party, some sort of like I said, celebration. And I feel like this is where you guys bump into each other. Or you're invited or you invite them to something. So with you being the Queen of Wands, I almost feel like it is you that can initiate it if you want, because there is these possibilities here of new passion being ignited and the friendship and the relationship, um, this importance of it coming to fruition here. So you definitely have this um, emotional connection and attractiveness connection here. So I feel like there is this. Possibilities of this for sure, but I feel like it's takes you taking action though. I almost feel like they were left kind of feeling emotionally confused. I'm not sure what was why you guys are not talking right now. It just feels like there was a lot of confusion and and like not action and movement on the emotion. Just felt like there was a lot of emotion happening, but no one was willing to offer it and put it forward, and and maybe it drifted away or something. I just feel like there was confusion around, well, what is this? Where are we going? What's happening? What's going on? But I feel like if you reach out, it could really lead to something here with all these possibilities being here. But I feel like that it just feels queen, this queen of wands energy. I feel like you bring the clarity, um, and I don't know what was going on with them. It just feels like they felt like mixed emotions, mixed messages, but I don't know if it had anything to do with you. I just feel like they don't. You're very intuitive, and but they're not, and sometimes you have to really just be. I almost feel like there's someone that you have to be very clear and, you know, clear with. I was gonna say something, but I can't say it on YouTube. Some people, it just takes, like, someone walking up to them and kissing them, right, and going, "I like you." And they're just like, "Oh, yeah," I have a friend that they're like, people they don't realize when people are flirting with them. They're like, "You realize this, waitress is flirting with you?" And they're like, "Really?" And they're like, and that's why I kind of feel like they're a little oblivious to that, and so they get confused. They're like, "Well, I don't know. Are they doing this or not? I don't know." But anyway, that's what's coming through, Miss B. So hopefully that resonates and makes sense. But um, that's what they have for you. So I feel like you reaching out would be a good thing. Yeah, because you have the Ace of Cups. So new love is possible. So that is what I have. So many, many blessings, and thank you for your additional donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And Mia. So you want to know, will going to Porto with a regular job help you also somehow pursuing a creative career? Oh, nice. Let's take a look here. Let me just refresh these cards here. All right. So let's take a look here. Mia. Will this open up? Will this be a to creativity? Well, you've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is about you being independent and being true to yourself here with spirit. So I feel like this would be a yes here for you because you're able to really see this and see it in the outside world. So I feel like that is a yes because you are able to express yourself through all of that. And she's, you have enough. I feel like the job that you do, you're able to start up doing that on the side and then build on it as well. So I like it. So very positive there. And many blessings to you. And LA. Hello, hello. You were up next. Yes, I did see that you had a message that you retracted, but no alarms. I don't know what happened. What's going on? I feel uneasy. I don't know what's going on here. That's funny. Spirit message from Michael the Aries, and you have a King of Wands, a King of Fire that comes in here. And the spirit message, has to do here with, wherever we invest our energy is what grows and expands here. But, I feel like this energy that comes in here um, from them is that they are not I'm gonna put this, I'm not a teenager, I can control myself. My passions, I have learned because the king, it's not the prince. The prince is like, "Oh my god, I'm a teenager, hormonal, and blah," going around humping people's legs or whatever. But the king of wands, I feel like their message is saying, "I know how to direct my passions. I know how to control myself. I know, they have entrepreneur energy and really how to command their energy, and they're not afraid to take risks either here with salamander here. So I feel like they're basically telling you that I know what I would say, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, and I've got plans for my life. So um, I feel like they're just trying to voice to you confidence of who they are and how they're not. I feel more so it's trying to tell you 50% of who they're not, 50% of who they are and who they want to be, going forward, kind of thing. So I feel like that's the energy that's coming in there, LA. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, okay. Oh, so spirit message from Michael. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So then that would be he knew what he was doing, with his life, and everything had a plan for it all. King of Wands represents our higher self. So now that I understand that piece, that makes sense too. But they are this go-getter. They are, um, this beautiful energy. They are in their higher form, and they're not this. I feel like if this was the energy of who they were before, like when you knew them in the human form, I feel like they're saying that that was my character of who I was. This is what I had. I had all this, but everything was planned on purpose for a purpose, and I feel like they want you to know that energy too, because I feel like they're trying to show you a mirror of who you are with all of that. It feels very much they wanted to tell you all that to show you this is how you maybe this is how you saw them, and then so this is like the mirror of who you are, of the capacity and capabilities of things that you have, and that they are with you, they are around you, and they want to help you with all of this. So I feel like they are basically telling you that I am, one of your around you, part of your spirit guide team, the posse of support, and they're going to help you with all this stuff as well. But I feel like a big piece of that is um, a mirror showing you what they want you to see about yourself. They're like, you saw this in me, and you have this in you. So I like it. I like it. So hopefully that makes sense. Now that I know that he's on the other side there. Yeah, yeah, because he's like, "I'm go-getter, I know what I'm doing," and oh, that makes sense too. You're not a teenager, you can control your hormones. You don't have to go around humping someone's leg. So, mirror all that. Now back to you. You're like, you, yup, yup, yup." So, yeah, it makes sense. That's funny. So, that's what they have for you, LA. Too funny, too funny. All right. So, Kevin, you'll be my next free reading coming up here. Miss Bay, thank you so much for your additional donation. All right. And then, so you wanted to know, does N want you to reach out to him? Let's take a look here. All right. Let's take a look here. Wow. Super secret, aren't they? Super secretive. I feel like they do. We've got the wish here, but we've got a lot of hidden stuff, like, they hide a lot. The high priestess is about she has access to the hidden, and the moon card is about a lot of hidden things. So, there's a lot of hidden things around, and, they have, this is like that would make me they feel it would make them happy if you reached out to him. There's so much hidden, so much beneath the surface here, with this energy. So we've got that coming in. And I noticed you retracted your last one. And I don't know if you know that when you retract it within the chat, within the donation, it actually also removes the donation. A lot of people don't know that happens. It's not supposed to happen, but it does. So when you did that, it did make that disappear. But so that's what they have there, Miss Bay, for that. So proceed with caution. There's a lot of hidden and unknown things there too. All right. So AF Gemini, thank you so much for your donation. Good to see you as well. And so when you pop your question down there, I will go on to there. But for the sake of time, since I will be heading out at 7:55 p.m. Mountain Time, which is in about 37 minutes or so, I'm going to jump to James. Thank you, James, for your donation. You want to know, how does Patty and your relationship um, together look going forward? All right, let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know around you and Patty's relationship? Okay. Okay. All right. Just getting some clarity around this last part here. Okay. So I do see here we've got this King of Pentacles, which is about abundance and overflowing. And the 10 of Wands does show us that, whatever burden, whatever this, a lot of energy being invested ends up being a harvest because, you know, when these come out together, this represents this energy here of abundance overflowing, those kind of things, here. Um, but we definitely have that it's worth the effort that's being put in there. Because you also have the joy card that comes up here, which is joy and celebration. And so it feels positive here, and then we'll get into the other cards here too. Um, yeah, Miss B, I've checked before. I will check a report, but I've had it happen like a handful of times where every single time someone retracted it, the donation did not get to me. It gets retracted back. So um, I know it's not supposed to, and it even says it there, but that's what's happened. So just so you know. So interesting here, James. We've got the Emperor and the Hierophant, which represent like rules and type of things coming in that can be left behind because we've got the Eight of Cups is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, and it heads off into wish fulfillment. So there's these um it's almost like the 10 of swords for me, which is there's a lot of spiritual worlds, there's a lot of physical world, like societal rules, and we walk away from those, and that's when we're truly happy, is letting go a lot of the our preconceived, notions of supposed to, shoulds, and need tos and have tos around a relationship. And I like that because that's what allows like this higher relationship type of stuff here. And we have the movement of emotion that comes in here. And it's like this higher calling. It's like seeing it from this higher place here. So I really feel positive about all of this because of the harvest and the joy. And I feel like they're just saying it's such an important piece of it to try to let go of control, right? I know that's the hard thing to do, but of all the stuff of like, well, this is what a relationship is supposed to be and how it's supposed to be and when it's supposed to be, and really allow a lot of it to be up to the creator, the how and the when, and enjoy the process, enjoy, the journey that you know, goes with that too. So, um, that's what I feel is coming in there. It feels very positive. So I like it. And that's what's coming through for you, James. So many blessings to you. Right. And AF Gemini, I don't see your question yet. If you pop it in there, we'll do you next here. But I'm going to jump ahead to DM while we're waiting. So DM, you want to know, how is Nick feeling about you currently? All right, let's take a look here, and thank you for your donation. All right. All right. All right, just getting clarity here on this last one here. Well, it's interesting here, um, just with their feelings, because they've got a lot of fears here. They've got a lot of this nine, the Nine of Swords is nightmare, insomnia, so they have a lot of fears around life in general, I feel like, and the Three of Wands has them in this place of wanting, I almost feel like they wanna run, because the Three of Wands is like changing direction, and it just feels like there's this, like, they would rather run than get rejected. Like I don't want to feel like it's someone that would reject first because they don't want to be rejected. I just feel more it's they just don't know how to deal with it. And so in I don't know, there's like this running type of energy. Okay, so that resonates, huh? But I feel like I just feel like it's okay because you've got this is how the cards came out. You've got the victory card in the wreath where this ends up being for you, like this victory type of feel. And there's like this you know, nine of pentacles is about you being good here, independent with spirit and feeling the fullness here. And you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, taking care of you, giving yourself all the time and all the attention and all that energy all comes back to you here. Yeah, and I feel like they're like, "It's okay, you're gonna come through it victorious and, through it all." But it just feels like yeah, went quiet, yeah, like, that makes sense with all this fear that goes all the way back to, of course, childhood, where they feel fear rejection, fear being left behind, fear being betrayed, fear being left behind, just real abandonment kind of energies there where they will, jump out before, someone else does because um, at least in that they felt it was their choice. They don't feel as out of control, but they are out of control when they get into that fear because they do go into their cat mind with their little 2-year-old self and they make stupid choices, stupid decisions. We all do because we're 2 years old when we make those. We go into the to that place in our minds and that thing happens there. So that's what's coming in there. I feel like they are planning it their escape and I I feel like they're not in a close place of really doing the inner work, doing the inner shadow work to, you know, transform that anytime like soon. So I feel like that's why spirit's going, if they want to run, let them run. They're showing me the Running Bride. What was that? There was a movie and they're like, there she goes. It's like, there he goes. Psh. And they're like, well, let him go. It's what he does. And so it's like, all right, you know, um, you're part of him understanding, you know, what he's doing, and he's going to beat himself up later. Like, oh, why do I keep doing this? But it's part of what helps him get sick and tired of doing it and then want to change. So, yeah. So many blessings. I appreciate you too. So thank you for your donation. All right, AF Gemini, thank you so much. Your computer decided to auto update. Oh, that's nice. How wonderful for of them. So you want a general with Taurus. Oh, and you for the week. Also, will you attend the wedding with him on Saturday? All right, let's take a look here. I hear you. Well, it is still the super Aquarius full moon energy of surprise with Uranus and updates too, right? So let's take a look here. All right. Well, it's an interesting week here for you because it starts off feeling like heartache and heartbreak, right? Or disappointment. So I feel like this has already been the week. I feel like there's oh, something has felt like disappointing. But I feel like everything's okay with it all because with these cards coming in, I just feel like with the focus of the energy of like, I'm going to choose to focus on what I'm grateful for rather than what I'm disappointed or I fear losing or fear not having, right? And so we change the energy up here in a very, very strong way because you have both the magician with their wand and the ace of wands. And it's like, you know, we've got to change this up because you have the two of cups. So there still is the strong connection here and this togetherness. And I feel like whatever there's something that's going to change here with the tower card that allows you to go to the wedding because here's the empress, the nurturing, the nature, the birthing, and this has felt positive for me. And this felt like this is removing some obstacle. I feel like this is Lord Ganesh. It's like the remover of obstacles to moving something that allows you guys to go together. Because I feel like there's something in the way of that, but it gets removed where you guys can have that. This is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture yourself energy too. So make sure to take care of yourself through this. But I feel like there is being something removed out of the way to allow you guys to go to the celebration. Because do you guys end up going to the wedding on Saturday together? Okay. So we've got the lover's card. So that would be, it feels like that's a yes to me that comes in here. So I feel like those are positive energies coming in there, but it feels like there's going to be a suddenness with this Uranus energy too. Suddenly, things change, so be ready, because I feel like it's a very positive outcome there, right? Boom. All right, so that's what they have for you there, AF Gemini. Thank you so much for your donation, by the way, if I didn't thank you. And Miss Bay. All right. So for you and I'm sorry, N for the rest of August. All right. So we'll take a look here. Anything else? You are welcome, AF Gemini. All right. Well, so we've got movement here, and normally this is like I would say victory, but there I feel like with these other cards there's movement, but we've got you've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is about this creativity and being true to your authentic self. And we've also got the High Priestess, which is, there's again hidden things, but there's also this kind of stepping away from the chaos into where, the High Priestess steps back into the High Priestess temple to reflect on things. And I just feel like with all of this coming in here, because the other card here is the Nine of Swords, which is of course nightmare and insomnia card, the facing their fears, the ending, really looking at things here. And I just feel like there's movement in all of this that just causes things to stir, causes things to have to come to a head. I just feel like they just the it things can't stay the same. And I feel like through the rest of August, there's like this battle to be true to your individual selves, but there's some alone time that happens with all that. But then that brings up where I feel like this is more them looking at their fears and it just brings things to a head here. I'm gonna just draw a couple more cards here because it feels like they're on a roller coaster ride. I feel like they're up and down type of energies, because yeah, we've got the death and the rebirth here. and the balancing of the heart and the mind. So, with them up and down and up and down, things can't stay the way they are. They need balance. They can't take the roller coaster anymore. So I feel like, they're to this point where um, a decision has to be made. And let me see if based on their current energies, what decision are they making here? Wow. Yeah. Well, I feel like they are waiting here for things to balance out because the 7 of Pentacles is, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And I feel like they get through their fears. And here's that roller coaster. They're waiting for it to balance out. They feel like they can, but it's almost like they get to the point in where they need to make a decision, and then they're scared to make the decision, so they don't make the decision. They decide to wait until it gets becomes too much again. And it just feels like this is their pattern that maybe they blow up sometimes, but then they regret it. Yeah, because I feel like they feel like they're supposed to hold out and wait for emotional wish fulfillment to happen, but I just feel like that's their fear is like, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to, um, um, do anything to mess it up, but I don't know if I'm this or that. And it's so confusing. But they've got their eye on this is like the eye that they have the prize, the eye on the prize. They're like, this is what I think it's supposed to be, and maybe it'll be that. But, with all their thinking and all their fears, just in the mistrust and all of that stuff that you were talking about, I think, it just feels like, yeah, they really need this time with the Hierophant to go inward to find their capital T truths and to find out what they really want, who they really are, who they really want to be with, what they want their life to be. And I feel like they're reaching that point where they're about to, especially with that Sun card, is that's their inner child saying, "Come on, we got some inner work to do, and we need to find and get past all this stuff." But I just feel like it's like, what's the outcome after the thinking? More thinking. It just feels so like it's a constant roller coaster. And then they're like, "I'm never getting on this roller coaster again." And they're like, "Well, maybe one more time. I'm okay now that I don't feel like I'm gonna throw up yet. So I've calmed down. Let me go out one more time." And then, oh my god! And then it just feels like they freak out, and then they freak out more over having to make a wrong decision than they have with facing all the other fears. Is this energy really, really interesting? So, but I don't feel like that's the decision. I feel like they are making their current energies is that they will um, wait and hope things balance out. Oh, uh-oh. Could be, could be. It could be. Yeah, it could be because these would be, you doing the work here on your self-love and investing energy within yourself here for sure. With these 3 coming out here, doing your inner work is a huge, wonderful thing that brings in your empowerment here. So the more you focus in on expanding your self-love, the more everything, unfolds, as well. But yeah, so I feel like whatever. So take it as it resonates with you there. Um, and if that's what spirit is bringing up to you, definitely, look at that here. Yeah, because you do have both of these kind of represent a lot of the same energy of walking away from emotions that no longer serve you so you could walk towards wish fulfillment. And the full card is like leaving old cycles behind and begin a new adventure with a lot less fears, a lot less supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts that come in there, with all of this here too. So that is what they have for you right now, Miss Bay. So yeah, I read the energy of the cards, so I don't know what to tell you there. But take whatever resonates with you in there, and yeah, okay. Very good. All right. And then I think your DM, thank you for your additional donation here. And you want to know what can you expect for your upcoming weekend? Let's take a look here. Right, and I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. And then I'm heading off into my praying mantis session for all the praying mantis members for free readings. So if you want to continue and you'd like to become a member, just check out the video at the very top that talks about memberships if you want to see what comes with memberships. And the praying mantis level is the second level that brings in some exciting things. If you want to take it to another level, as they say. All right, let's take a look here, DM. So it looks like here that you do have um, an important relationship of some kind that is making itself known. Doesn't have to be romantic. It can be best of friends. It can be, um, a family member reconnecting. It can be connecting with your higher self, which could be with because you do have the judgment card of connecting to your higher self here, which could actually be, it can be both connecting here, which allows a connection in the physical world too. But you definitely have this message of take time to connect with your higher self, and then be on the lookout for a special connection with a human being coming in here as well, because we do have the Ace of Pentacles, which does talk about new opportunities opening up in the outside world. So there is some sort of event that opens up here. Um, and oh, good, I like that. Yeah, maybe get out into a garden, and yeah, you have, well, and then you have the King of Wands. So you definitely have this um, you know, energy here, because this can represent your higher self. And so you've got three cards that represent connection with your higher self. But this also is about putting forth your energy, allowing yourself to take risks. So I feel like there is this opportunity to connect with the human uh, also this weekend, but also taking time for your higher self. Of course, they're doing the dual thing here for you with all of that. So I like it. You're safe from taking risks, so take risks. It's do something different than you would have not done before. You're safe with it. Um, of course, within reason. I have to say that for a disclaimer. Of course, you're an adult. you know. Yeah, perfect. So do that. Definitely take the action. The King of Wands is reaching forward, so definitely connect and reconnect with that individual because I feel like it is definitely being guided here with the cards for sure. So I like that. Very positive weekend. I don't have anything of warnings of anything, stay away from that or anything. I just feel like they're saying, yeah, absolutely. This is um, affirmed and supported by spirit. So I like it. You are very welcome. All right. And Crow's Nest. Thank you for your additional donation. You want to know, how does Jake, the Sagittarius ex-husband, feel about you? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. So what does Jake feel here? All right. Okay. So, well, they definitely have a lot of fire, Sagittarius fiery, passionate energy still. So they still are attracted to you, physically, energetically. I mean, we've got if you could have these are all the I mean, the only thing we could do is have the king and the queen and knight of wands to come in here because we've got all of these all of these here. But we also, of course, we've even got the hermit with the magic wand. So I feel like they have all this energy here of like, wow, they still have this attraction, they still have it um, for you there, but they still feel it's best here. I feel like to stay alone. This is like they feel like their human feels the most fortunate thing for both of you is to remain separated and away from each other. So I feel like that's what this is the energies that are here, even though they're like, you know what? They're like, oh my God, I know all this. I know the passion. I know all of this. But I feel like they feel like it's still something has them feeling like it's still more beneficial for both of you to stay apart, if that makes sense. So they get it. Um, they're wise. They feel they're being wise. Something's telling them on the inside. And so I feel like that's the energy that's coming in there. So they're just like, wow, I think about all this, but I know it's for the best. I feel like they have to convince themselves of it, but I feel like they know it. But that's what I feel is coming through with those cards there, Grossness. So very, very, very strong, passionate connection um, with all those. So, but that's what's coming through. So many blessings to you. Hopefully that resonates. Miss Bay. All right. So thank you for your additional one. Last question. Yeah, it has to be because we are 8 minutes away from me headed off here. So the outcome, if you call N tonight, let's take a look here. All right. Well, we do have here. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So, we've got the, seeing things from a higher perspective here, Miss B, that you're gonna be able to see things, and I feel like um, if you call them tonight, things are still kind of on hold here. We've got this 9 of, wands, which is, this barrier that's there. I feel like they've been trying to get through some things here. Um, and it just feels like there's this you might have here because it feels like you're going through this transformation and so your inner child might have this energetic field like they're trying to get through, they're trying to get to this place and they've been hitting their head up against it. And I feel like if you call them tonight, it'll give them hope that they want to move forward, but I don't feel like they're going to be able to get through there until you do the mother nature, mother nurture here. We've got this you taking care of yourself, you going through this transformation. If I haven't mentioned the Take 10 with Zen, um, looking at episodes 4, 5, and 4 and 5 mainly, because it talks about some things that we do that keep things at bay, that keep things from coming in, even if we consciously want, like um, love or abundance or, promotions, jobs, whatever, and we feel like there's this blockade. There's some stuff going on in our subconscious from our inner child that controls the forest fields and some conscious stuff that we can do to transform these things. So I feel like if you call them tonight, the outcome would be, well, they'd be encouraged, but they continue to feel like they're hitting their head up against a wall because your inner child is kind of keeping them away. Even though you consciously want them to come to you, I feel like they are kind of keeping them away from getting too close in a way, if that makes sense. Yeah, of course. But this all has to do with energy. No matter what we try to do consciously, if our little inner child's all boom, it puts up the little dampener that doesn't allow clear communication to come through. um, the Venus retrograde, it can be, but yeah, I don't know if he's happy with that person or not. I didn't pull cards for those particular ones, and I feel like that is being blocked. Need to know. They're like, "You don't need to know," 'cause, he's determined to be like, "No, it's best that we're not together." So, I feel like he's very adamant with that. Alright. Right, and then my final, reading here, um, uh too funny, will be Christina for the donation, and then if I have a minute or 2 left, I'll try to get through a couple more free readings, but at 7:55 in about 4 minutes, I need to head off to go into, the, praying mantis session. Alright, so Christina, thank you for your donation, and you wanna know the general read for the weekend. Alright, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? Alright. It feels like here, like there's someone coming across your path here and very fast, very quickly here. And the Six of Cups is like this past life energy, like you've known someone, like they're in, like you feel like you've known them in this life, but they're not, they're not. Like you haven't known them in this lifetime. It's a past life connection, but you come across someone, and it's just like there's this clicking that goes on here, and I feel like it's important for you to know that we've got this, um, you know, um, the Hanged Man here is about you seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a higher perspective. The Knight seeks higher truth, and it's important that you step out of this mindset this weekend so that you can see things from a higher perspective, because here is this new beginning, this new opportunity. Whoops, won't happen if you are keeping yourself contained here with all the Ten of Swords, trying to stay to all the supposed to, should, need to, have to be, must be type of situation here. Because the Emperor decides to step outside of that, step forward, and make their own decisions outside of everyone's opinions. At some point, the Emperor goes, I've heard all of your advice. Psh, I'm letting it go. I'm the Emperor. I'm stepping forward. I'm making the decision. I can make these decisions, because I feel like if you don't step out of this, that it delays the meeting of this individual, and because it's someone that you normally wouldn't like chat with or have a conversation with. So if they like say, Hey," and you're like, "Oh my god, you're get away from me," instead of, if that's like there's this barrier, if you let that down and go, "Hey, how are you?" And they're like, "Da, da, da, da," and you're like, "Oh my god, they are so interesting." And they're like, the book cover doesn't match what's in the book. And I feel like it's important for you to do that this weekend, is to drop the judgments, the preconceived ideas, all the supposed tos and shoulds, and kind of live a little fancy free in a way. Give someone a chance that you normally wouldn't give a chance, and I feel like you'll be pleasantly surprised, and you're going to have this connection that you're just like, holy cow, I feel like I've known you before, and you have, but in a past life. So that is what is coming in there for you. I know. I'm intrigued too. Oh no, Her Highness. You are fashionably late. You're catching me just as I'm leaving to go on to the praying mantis. I had you down for your for to be on a reading. So we you can catch me. I'm going to be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, 11 to 1 Mountain Standard Time, and then of course Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, 6 to 8 p.m. or 6 to 7:55 p.m. Mountain Time. So I have you down for your because you donated. So we will return, but to everyone else that I didn't get to the free readings, thank you guys for your patience, and I shall return at those times. I'm headed off. If you're interested and you want to become a member of my channel, if you check out the video that's linked at the top, um, then okay, Friday, we'll give it a try. Um, I'll be headed over there, and it's we have a few members right now, so it's a lot of more in-depth readings as well because it's a small, intimate group right now. Until we get up to thousands, of members, but right now is the chance for that. So, thank you guys so much for all your love, all your support, and please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you're out in the world, and we'll see you soon. Until then, much love. Take care.